this strategy tomorrow. It's called the visibility loop to help you get more followers. Because if you can get more followers, then you can create customers from followers. So you're going to learn that tomorrow. But without having the foundation today that we're going to build, tomorrow won't even make sense. So congratulations for being here. I'm so excited for you. I think we are ready to get going. Let me get recording here. And again, this is day one of our three-part workshop. I'm so excited you're here. I'm proud of you for being here. Again, we're going to lay the foundation for your business. Today is probably one of the most missed steps that people have when they go to launch an online business. It really is, because we get so excited about what we're selling and we forget who we're serving. And if you don't know who you're serving, you'll never sell anything. It don't matter how good of a product you have, how good of a service you have, how good of a program you have, how good of a coach you are, if you don't know who you're serving, because it's different for everyone. Now, many of you on here might not have a business yet. This is phenomenal that you're here, because this is the foundation that you need to build any type of successful business. Of course, as long as it's a business with integrity, right? And that's what we're going to cover today, the 3 C's. And I'm going to give you an exercise that I need you to complete today, because you're going to want to bring that back with you tomorrow. But today is all about building that foundation so everything works in your business. So the next 3 days, we're going to learn how to grow your audience, how to build trust with your audience, and how to turn those followers into paying customers without you having to worry about fighting the algorithms, worried about your emails going to spam. You're going to learn all of that today. You know, one of the very best things I've ever done for my business was know who I was talking to, using social media the right way, but getting them off of social media so they could go to my world. And that's what I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that today. And it's just actually, it helps you work less, but have more exposure. And the best part is when you know who you're serving, it compresses the time of people getting to know, like, and trust you. And that is your goal with your audience, because if they like you and trust you, they're going to want to buy from you. So that is literally the goal. So this is the 3C formula that we are going to be talking about. Number one, clarity. This is where we're going to spend most of our time today. And you guys are going to love this. You're going to have so much clarity when you get off of here today. You're going to be excited for what you can achieve the rest of this year in your business. But clarity attracts attention. You're going to learn how to attract the right attention to your business. And then we're also going to cover certainty. Certainty builds trust. When you have certainty in your business, when you know who you're serving and you have certainty in your business, the trust is created. Once the trust is created, connection. And connection is what creates customers. So this is exactly what you're going to learn. I do not care what type of business you have. This works for every single business. Sometimes we get so focused on what we're selling. But today you're going to learn the main thing is who you are serving. That is the main thing. So let's start with this first of all. And that is your vision. Without a vision, people perish. So vision is one of the most important things that you can have and do for your business, right? Because before you grow a following, people need to know where you're going. People need to know where you're taking people. So I have a question for ask you guys in the chat. Let me pull up my chat real quick here. How many of you know where you are leading people? Be honest in the chat. Put a yes or no in the chat. Like, how many of you honestly know where you're leading people? So let me share this with you guys, a little bit about my background. Yes, good. I love that. I love that. Yes. And if you don't, that's okay. You will by the end of this 3-day workshop. So that's 100% okay. Again, no matter what you're selling. So when I launched into the digital marketing world, I had no idea what I was doing. I had old patterns, old beliefs, old systems that I did when I did network marketing. So coming to digital marketing to me was a breath of fresh air, because I learned how to automate my business. I learned that I didn't have to, I learned to automate my business. I learned that I didn't have to bother friends and family. I learned that I didn't have to direct message people to make money. So I had this vision. I'm like, I know I'm not the only mom that would love to have an automated business and would love to be hanging out with her family and not have to be on the phone to get a customer. So that's where I was leading people. I was leading people to a business where they can make 100% profit, leading people to a business where they can make 100% profit that was automated. So they didn't have to trade time for dollars. And I was like, I know I'm not the only mom who wants that. So I knew my vision. And when you know your vision, vision becomes the magnet. That's why I went from 0 followers on TikTok to making 7,000 my first month because I was like, I have the solution. I got it. Light bulb moment. It's here. Every mom needs this. And I showed up with that type of certainty. I hadn't had no customers yet, but I seen it and I seen the possibilities. When you have a proven system, which you're learning about a proven system today, by the way, when you have a proven system, it doesn't matter if you've had success with it yet. If it's proven, it works. No different than a car, right? You don't ever get in your car and be like, I wonder if it's going to turn on. I wonder if it's going to work. Because cars are proven to work. Now, as long as you put gas in it, as long as you, well, it depends what kind of car you have, keep the oil in it, keep it maintained, your car is going to work. So when you have a proven process, it will work. The thing is do you have the vision so you become the magnet? So this is so important that you guys spend so much time on this. I had a vision, like I seen it. And that is what I loved about digital marketing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can change my family's life while I'm helping other families change their life. I seen it. I seen it. And you have to see it no matter what you're selling. Like if you're selling a weight loss product, most people who sell a weight loss product, you haven't lost weight before you sell the product, but you've seen results from other people. And you had the vision of you feeling great and losing weight and helping other people. It's in every single thing that we do. So if we miss this step, so sometimes we get so caught up on like, oh my gosh, I'm going to sell this because I can't wait. But we forget about why are we selling it and where are we going? And let me tell you something else that's so important about vision. If you grab this, you'll never quit. You'll never quit. And if you never quit, you will change your life. You know why most people never have success? Because they never follow through, because they never had the vision. That's it. There's not one of you on here today. I mean, you've proven to me what a high performer you are. You are here. Like, that is awesome. You're here for 3 days. Be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you for being here. So you see that you are capable of a better life. You just have to get the direction to get there, right? This is the clarity that we're going to have. And I want you to get off of here with the most amazing certainty so you can create connection because connection equals currency. And that is my goal for you these next 3 days, my friends. I'm so excited that you are here, but we got to grab the vision because the moment you do, that becomes the magnet. That's how you stand out because you will go stand for something. I literally, when I launched my business, I was trying to master getting my income earning activities done in 2 hours a day. And I sucked really, really bad at it. But I had the vision that I was going to master my schedule and be able to do it. Structure equals freedom. So I went out there and I shared with people, I'm working on mastering this 2 hour workday. And I would break it down what I was trying to do and try to achieve. And I'm like, I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to do this. I had the vision that it was going to happen. And it did happen. You know how many people came at me and said, don't be saying that that's not possible. I'm like, no, 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 that's just not possible in your world. That was the boldness that I had the vision of achieving that. And because of that, it set me free. And now I have way more time to do the things that I love. And now I'm obsessed with helping other people, like literally get their life and their time back. And you're actually going to learn that today, by the way. If you've never heard of the 2 hour workday, you're going to learn that today because you're going to be like, are you kidding me? You're going to get it. By the way, you'll get it by the end of today. Because the last slide I have here, you'll be like, ah, that makes sense. Because I'll tell you what, I don't know if you're on here looking for a mentor, but if you're looking for a mentor that's going to teach you how to hustle and grind, I'm not your gal. If you're looking for a mentor that teaches you how to get your life back, your time back, and use systems to change your life, use systems to leave a legacy, you're in the right place. And I'm so happy that you are here. So vision becomes the magnet. I would write that down or screenshot this real quick before we go on, because that's everything. When you can grab a hold of that, because again, without a vision, people perish. It's everywhere. So let's go to this. Why you want to grow a following, why it matters. You can't get customers without a following. You just can't. Unless you want to like be on the phone all the time, DMing and calling people. I don't think you want a life like that, right? So you want to master growing a following. And you're going to learn by the end of this to grow a following of your raving fans. People that are like, where have you been my entire life? Because they know where you are going and you're taking them with you, right? The next is your following is your foundation. I say this all the time. When you have a following of your Raven fans, it creates a predictable income. And when you add systems, when you have a following of people that want to follow you, not because you had a video go viral, but because they literally discovered your content and they grabbed your vision and they had so much certainty listening to you, then how to turn them into literally that's your foundation. The followers can become your foundation because you have systems. You can only make so much money on your own, but when you have systems, you can make unlimited amount of money. And the next is if no one knows you exist, no one is going to buy. Like that's the problem. We can get so focused on having this perfect program or perfect coaching business or perfect community, but if nobody knows you exist, nobody's ever going to buy. So doesn't it make sense to grow a following first? So then you can get a group of buyers. And the next, you don't need everyone, you just need the right ones. This is probably people's biggest problem. But everyone can benefit from what I have. That's probably true, but you can't relate with everyone. Let me give you a really great example. I love to use this example. So, have you guys ever seen, and we don't watch a lot of commercials anymore on TV, right? But have you ever seen a Tide laundry soap commercial? Well, first of all, if you're a gentleman, you probably have never seen one because Tide is not going to show during a football game. Tide is not going to show during shows a guy would watch because a percent of guys that do laundry don't give a crap about what type of laundry soap they get, right? But women do. So if you look at a Tide commercial, this is how they get followers. If you look at a Tide commercial, the laundry room is perfect. The mom is beautiful, dressed great. Her kids come in, they look beautiful, they're happy. It creates an emotion in you that when you're at the grocery store and your kids are being wild or you have a deadline, an appointment, and you're rushing through the store, you go down the laundry aisle and you're like, I need laundry soap. The moment you see Tide, some type of emotion hits you and you don't even know why. It's because they created such an amazing commercial to connect with their perfect customer. That's the same thing. So we've just learned in today's world, how do we do this on social media? I'll share another really great example with you. This was years ago, and you can pull it up if you go to YouTube. Dove soap years ago wanted to really market their guys' Dove soap. But they knew they marketed only to women. So what they did, brilliant by the way, they did a marketing campaign where they did Dove soap to gentlemen in the military. And they would do this, give them this Dove soap, and then they would, with their wife and in the military and traveling and being overseas and not see them. And it was such an emotional, brilliant campaign. But they knew who their target audience was. I'm telling you, if you look at any successful company, they do that. Like, let's talk about Nike. Nike doesn't market to 80-year-old women, right? Who do they market to? If it's Michael Jordan, they're marketing to kids. They have branded that. They have created such a following. that people will not pay rent to wear Michael Jordan shoes. They're the most overpriced shoes because they've earned the ability to do that. When you learn to do this in your business, that's when you will be that magnet and attract customers to you. Absolutely. That's it. So let's keep on going here. So just remember, you don't need everyone, you just need the right ones. Like Nike could market to everyone, but they don't need to. You don't either. You can become a self-made millionaire. Most people, no matter what you're selling, unless you're, selling, I don't know, looking for a lip gloss, unless you're selling a lip gloss, most people, 1,000 people, you could become a self-made millionaire. And if what you're selling, 1,000 people wouldn't become a self-made millionaire, I would change that today. There's no reason for you to sell a $9 product and think you're going to become a millionaire from a $9 product. That's the hustle and grind. We don't have to do that in today's world anymore. So just be careful with that. Okay. That's really important. Be careful with that. So let's talk about clarity, right? And this is know who you help. Let me know in the chats, who do you help? I'm curious. Who do you help or who do you want to help? Okay. This is really important. Moms, love it. Entrepreneurs, I love it. And what problem do you solve? So here's why this is so important. Okay. And this is why a lot of people struggle because they get so caught up on who they help by the demographics instead of the desires. I'm going to repeat that, my friend, because a lot of you might be caught there. Who I help? Oh, a 35-year-old woman. That's such the demographics. What about a woman that looks in the mirror and she's completely shattered that her life is where she is? Find the desires more than the demographics. People buy off of desires, not because, oh, wow, they said a 35-year-old woman. No, no, no. It's because of the desires. That's what we'll call them out. When I first launched my business, and I literally created content going, oh my gosh, what if I could just help moms make 300 a week and never have to take a calculator to the grocery store again? And I would go there and I talked about that. Never take a calculator. How would you like to never take a calculator to the grocery store again and make that extra money around your kids? And that was like I just talked about that over and over. Never take a calculator to the grocery store again. Be able to work 2 hours a day around your family and never take a calculator to the grocery store. And one of the videos I did, a husband actually showed it to his wife, said, you have to look at this. This is us. We take a calculator to the grocery store again. So I'm sharing with you, I went off of the desires. And that gentleman saw my video and that desire was so strong, he had to show it to his wife. So sometimes it's like the pain point. When you lean in on the pain point is what changes everything. So who you help, what problems you solve, and then when you solve the problems, like what is that transformation that you deliver? I'm telling you what, I don't think any of you are on here today for more information. You're on here today so you can have that transformation in your life so you can change your life. And that is really my goal with you these next 3 days. I want you to be so proud of yourself on December 31st because you mastered this and you started having a successful online business. That is really the goal for you guys to get the clarity, create that type of certainty and connection in your business so it can happen. We have 63 4 days left in the year. Oh, that's enough time. That's what's so exciting, right? That's enough time. And clarity gives your content direction. Again, I talked about the Tide soap, right? I mean, that's a lot of clarity there. So it gives it direction. It knows exactly who their perfect customer is. A guy would no more watch a Tide commercial. He wouldn't care. That's when he goes up and gets the next beer or goes to the bathroom, right? Or gets on his phone. He don't care about that. So when you have clarity of who your perfect customer is, that will lead to the direction in your content. A lot of people don't have that type of direction because they don't have the clarity yet. And again, it's not about the demographics, it's about the desires of what your customer wants. When your message is clear, people will choose you. That's it. When your message is clear, people will choose you. You'll stand out. I call it the purple cow. Write that down, purple cow. I want you to remember that. How can you be the purple cow? So let me give you an example. I'm from Kansas. There's a lot of ranches in Kansas, a lot of cattle yards in Kansas, right? And I don't even notice them anymore. But I tell you what, I would notice if I saw a purple cow out there. I would like stop and be like, why is there a purple cow? That is like you want to stand out. And you stand out when you have so much clarity in your business. So let's fix that for you today, okay? And that is this. Clarity. I help who go from problem to result through what? This is the clarity that you need. This is the clarity that you need. Now, when people struggle to define who they help, they're just afraid to exclude people. I guarantee it. When Nike literally brought on Michael Jordan, they didn't care about excluding 60, 70, and 80-year-olds. They didn't care because they knew there was enough money to be made in that younger audience. Same thing with you. There is 5 billion people just on social media. Do not be afraid to exclude people because when you exclude people or don't exclude people, you're trying to do so narrow with that. You're trying to be so broad instead of narrow. And one piece of content is not going to attract the same person. But one piece of content can really attract your main customer. So this is so important. I'd love for you guys to put that in the chat as well. Is who do you help? I help who go from problem to result through what? And even if you got to start with this, I help who go from problem to what result? Like I used to say, I help moms never have to take a calculator to the grocery store again through a blueprint that they could follow step by step through a 2-hour workday. Like that's what I focused on. And I will share with you, that was my message for 90 days. And then all of a sudden, after 90 days in my business, I started going live. And I had a gentleman on, he went, what about us dads? I was like, yeah. And I realized at that point, my message was connecting so I could open it up to, I help families. And so this is, I don't ever do age, right? But I help families like this. I help seniors. Oh gosh, it's going so fast. You guys are good. I love this. I help seniors go from struggle to freedom through legacy, not to survive, but thrive. Love it. What if we don't know yet whom to help or what their problem is? Okay, then you got to fix that. That's like I said, you're blocking yourself because maybe you're afraid of narrowing it down. And that's what I'm going to help you guys fix today because that should be easy. Usually it is a version of you. It's a version of you. Like that's what it was for me. I wanted to help moms not have to look at their bank account anymore, to do things, especially go to the grocery store. That was it. I wanted to help moms because I'm a mom and I know what it would feel like to never have to look at your bank account. Like I get excited thinking about that. Like, oh my gosh, I wish somebody would have showed me this years ago, years and years ago. The more time I would have had with my family. So think about that. And then what problems do you solve? What problems do you have? Think about why you do what you do. Why did you purchase what you purchased? What problems did you think it would solve for you? Me? I was not getting daily customers when I did network marketing, and I was making a small percent and I had to work a lot of hours. The problem it solved for me was I could master getting my income earning activities done in 2 hours a day. I can make a 100% profit. And I literally would have a fully automated business so I could walk away from my phone, from my computer, and have an automated business working for me. And I got my life back with my family. That's the biggest problem it solved. And so you got to think about that. So let me kind of help you guys with that. And then the result, you could 2-hour workday. For me, it was this is what I help people solve. This is not as important now as much as knowing the problem that they have. So let me help you with that. Think about this. And you guys, let me know in the chat. What is your customer's frustration with right now? Now, here's what I love about this. Okay. And I'm going to challenge you guys to pick to feel this today and go all in just for the rest of this year with this and put your blinders on to anything else. So I build my business in seasons, by the way. And it changes every time. So right now, if I think of my customer's frustration right now, and it's this money, it's the holidays, and they don't have the money they wanted to have. Not because they want material stuff under the tree, but because they want to be with family and maybe they can't travel to be with family. And they're sick and tired of settling. They're sick and tired of going through the holidays and having this fake smile on their face, and they're settling right now. They're sick and tired of settling. So that's their frustration right now. So think about it. What would be their frustration right now? And what do they wish was easier? That's a good one, right? What do they wish was easier? Most people wish what was easier. For me, I mean, mine, that's so easy. I can answer that. For me, what I wished was easier before I discovered digital marketing, that I didn't have, I'm an introvert, believe it or not, you guys. And so when I was doing network marketing, I hated the fact that I had to like DM people and be like, hey, and like friend request people and starting these crazy conversations. I hated the fact that I had to get on the phone. I didn't like the fact that I had to DM or text people. Like it was exhausting. And if I could find an easier way, I was all about it. And it was. It was having my business automated. So you think about it, what do they wish was easier? What do they wish was easier? Think about you. Why are you here? What did you wish was easier? And that was it. Like me, like it was the automations. I didn't want to direct message people. Results, solution, automated system. It's still the funnest thing ever when you're like doing the things that you want, or you're sleeping and you're waking up and you got a customer. I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody needs this. That's what every time I get a customer when I'm doing the things that I love, I literally say that in my head. Everyone needs this. I don't know anyone on the planet that wouldn't want an automated system. And by the way, any business can be automated. It's just you got to have the right system to automate it. And then here's the next question that you can ask for your perfect customer. How do they want to feel in 6 months from now? Think about it. How do they want to feel in 6 months from now? And I think about that. I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could help families in 6 months be completely out of debt, make more money with their online business than they do at their job, in 6 months, they could make decisions they didn't even know was possible. I want them to feel that. I want them to feel that type of power. And yes, they can in 6 months when they master this clarity, certainty, and connection. Yeah, and at peace. I always say that they just want to feel peace. I didn't realize I didn't know what peace was until I didn't have no more debt and no more pressure. And I was like, wow, I felt so light. I was like, this is crazy. I've been a mom for how many years, how many decades? And I didn't know how much pressure I was on. I want families to release that type of pressure. And so that's it. So those are the three questions to ask. What is your customer frustrated with right now? And again, if you're struggling with this, what were you struggling with? What were you frustrated with to make you make the decision to be here today? Think about that. Same thing. It's stuff that is relatable. Here's why you want to pick a customer that you can relate to and can relate to your story, because that's when connections are created. The connections are created through storytelling. So if you can share a part of your story that would relate, like I know I can share tens and thousands of stories that moms and even dads and grandparents could relate to. Thousands. Like, oh yeah, I get that. She gets me. Like that's it. So you got to create that. Now, here's the other struggle that people have with picking their perfect customer. You know what it is? You haven't decided who you want to become yet yourself. My friend, when you haven't decided who you want to become yet, it's going to be hard to know who your perfect customer is. It's going to be hard to create content because you don't have certainty in you. So we need to fix that today. So who do you want to become? See, that was easy for me. My first was I want to become that mom that never misses her kids' races. Many of you don't know the story, but my son was going off to a D1 college to run. He was a senior in high school, and people were already talking to him, and he hadn't made it very clear. And when I looked at my bank account, there was no way I would have the money to drive or fly all over and be at every one of his races. And if you know anybody that does cross country and track, there's cross country, there's indoor track, there's outdoor track. So literally from August to May, there's 3 weeks off. So it's a lot of travel. And my bank account would not allow me to do that. And I was like, I will not be that mom who has to get a phone call from her son to tell her how he did. I will be there. But to be there, I need money. So that was who I wanted to become, that mom that was there, that yes mom, that yes mom. I wanted him to look up and see me at every race every time. So that's who I wanted to become. And then so the moment when I felt that, I was like, I know I'm not the only mom who doesn't want to miss moments. So when you have clarity that way, then it's easier to know who your audience is. So think about that. You haven't decided who you want to become yet. So that was my first goal. And then I started achieving that. And I'm like, I'm going to become a 6-figure earner mom through digital marketing, through an automated system, because I know if me as a mom can become a 6-figure earner, I can give hope to other moms and I can be that hope dealer out there and I can help other moms. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. I became a 6-figure earner. I was like, that's it. And then I started creating other 6-figure income earners. I was like, that's it. I'm going to become a self-made millionaire to show families that you can become a self-made millionaire, even when you failed miserably through life. And I did that. So I always knew that's the vision we're talking about. I always knew who I wanted to become. And so that's what you need to get really clear on. Like, who do you want to become? And the money's the byproduct, by the way. The money's just a byproduct. But I knew if I could achieve something, I could be that hope dealer for other moms. And they could just borrow my hope. Because there is nothing that I have done that not one person on this planet can do. Just are they willing to believe enough in themselves and have the clarity to achieve it? So that's probably the biggest struggle when I hear people be like, I just don't know who my customer is. You just haven't decided who you want to become yet. That's what you need to make that decision today. That's what, and mine was a journey. Like I never, by the way, in 2022, when I launched into the digital marketing world, I never in my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd be a self-made millionaire. I never did. I couldn't see it. I wasn't ready to receive it, and I couldn't believe it. I had to go on that journey. The first journey was never miss a moment with my children. And when I was able to achieve that, and I started having success, I was like, I need to help other moms get there. And we can really change our life if we're making 6 figures. So I'm just going to go help a lot of moms make 6 figures. And then when I started doing that, I was like, oh my gosh, let's go. Let's leave legacies. Let's leave legacies. Let's change our family's life. Let's literally, when we're gone off this planet, let's make sure we've left a legacy, all because we made a decision to try digital marketing. And so I've always just grew in with the person I've become. So that's okay. Where you want to go. Like if it's like to me, who do you want to become? The mom that never takes a calculator to the grocery store. Who do you want to become? The mom that never has a boss tell her what to do. Who do you want to become? The dad that doesn't have to say no to his family because he has to stay at work late. Like, who do you want to become? Then the moment you know who you want to become, build the foundation off of that. The moment you know who you want to become, that's who your perfect customer wants to become too. Then it becomes easy to find your perfect customer. It's just you don't know who you want to become yet. Like we have a grandma in our community and she just had her first grandchild. And she joined my program because she was like, my granddaughter's 4 hours away. I can't take off of work that much and I can't afford to fly. And I can't believe I'm here, my first grandchild, and I can't see her whenever I want. And she's crushed. So she wants to become that grandma that can just go hang out. And her goal actually is to get an apartment by where her granddaughter lives so she can go anytime she wants. Like that's fuel, right? So that's the person she wants to become. then her audience is based around that. So hopefully that helps you, right? I hope that helps you because you attract who you become, by the way. And it works both ways. So think about that. If you're building a business and things aren't going the way you want and you're kind of more negative, that's who you're going to attract, and those aren't your buyers. You need to become a believer to attract believers. The moment I always say 1 ounce of doubt, you're out. You can't ever be successful if you have doubt. But you have doubt because you've lost vision. You have doubt because you've lost clarity. You have doubt because you've lost certainty. And without that, there's no connection. Without no connection, there's no currency. You can fix all of that today. And that's why I'm so proud of you for being here. Okay? That's why I'm so proud of you for being here. So think about this. Now knowing like who you want to become, what you want to be known for, same thing, right? And that is think about that. What you want to be known for, who would you naturally attract to you? Okay, so I'm naturally not going to attract a 21-year-old guy that just wants to party and have fun. He wouldn't even watch one of my videos. But I would naturally attract a grandma that wants to have unlimited time with her children. I would naturally attract a mom that literally wants to take control of her life. I would naturally attract a guy that's like, I am sick and tired of working a job and still not having time with my family. I would naturally attract them because of where I'm going. Does that make sense? Let me know in the chat. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Hopefully I'm helping you see that in a different way. Good. That's awesome. Let me get a drink of my water real quick here. Yes, because that's the biggest missing component, right? And here's the thing, when you learn how to do that and have that type of clarity, then you can have a different type of certainty in your content, which includes value, includes educating them, even entertaining them a little bit because you know what they need. Yeah, you know what they need. Okay. And by the way, here's what I'm so excited about because you guys, I'm helping build this foundation today. It's kind of like if you build a home, you build the foundation first. You get that foundation solid, right? Get it so solid so you have your forever home. I'm here to build you that solid foundation so you have that forever business because the next 2 days, you're going to learn how to have conversations with real people, but in a really cool way. That doesn't take a lot of time, like an hour a day at the most, if even that. If even that, 30 minutes can really actually do a lot, but an hour could really move mountains in your business. And you're going to learn that because a lot of the time, and that's why I got to help you get this clarity today. Because when you learn this visibility loop tomorrow, oh my gosh, by the way, I have a special guest coming on to teach it, and your jaw's going to be dropped. That's all I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to be like, what? This is awesome. Because you're going to get so much clarity on these struggles your customers are going through so you can create better content and you can relate better with them. Okay? Because the truth is, clarity comes from talking to people and listening and adjusting. That's personally why I love going live. Because you actually can have conversations with people and you personally can get to know them and listen to them and adjust. I will share a tip with you guys. So I'll actually show it to you on this, but when I started building my business, I literally had a different topic every day in my business. Let me show you. I literally did this, kind of a little extra hot tip here. So I did this. I knew my customers were here and I wanted to get them over here. And I was like, okay, so there's 7 days in the week, and I did 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason why I did 6, because Friday, yeah, Friday, I would do Freedom Friday. Feel free to ask me anything. But what I did here, and I'm going to recommend you guys doing this based off of what you're learning today. So based off of who my perfect customer was, I did this. And I put the problems up here and how I could solve those problems. So problem, no money. Okay. Solution, low investment, 100% profit. Okay. which means somebody could do a low investment, one customer, they're in profit mode, right? They can shuffle things around, sell some things on Facebook Marketplace. I knew anybody could do this because everybody has a TV on the wall that costs more than what I sell. So I knew that money wasn't the issue, just where they use the money. So no time, 2 hour workday. Okay. No bothering family or friends. Okay. Automations. So anyway, I did this. So I'm telling you this because this is what I did. And I would cover that on Monday, that on Tuesday, that on Wednesday, that on Thursday. Freedom Friday would be ask questions, that on Saturday, that on Sunday. My goal was to get him here. Here's the interesting, because what did I just say? When you go talking and listen to people and you make adjustments. So what I did is I started noticing, because just would do different topics every day and I would just lean in on that. I noticed which ones got the most engagement. So after like 60 days, I knew what they wanted to hear. So guess what? I just gave them more of what they wanted to hear. But the only reason I knew what they wanted to hear is because I had certain topics and I watched. Because every Sunday I would look at my content and I would see what days the most engagement was, or I get the most, what days I got the most leads in. And they help me craft my message. So when you can go out there and kind of have ideas like this, you'll see a huge difference. So here's my question for you, and this is what I'm going to recommend you guys doing. Here, I'm going to put it, well, I'll give that to you in a minute. I got some worksheets for you today, but you could go out there right now and create a story or write an email if you have an email list and just say, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to blank? Like if you're going after parents, what is your biggest struggle when it comes to the holiday time? If you're going after entrepreneurs, what is your biggest struggle building an online business right now? What is your biggest holdup? Like, just go ask a question. So that's what I used to do every Friday. Every Friday, I just would go ask a question. And it was interesting. So the funny part is it was crickets, right? I mean, I would do Freedom Friday, hey, in the comments, ask me any questions. And then I knew the questions that they asked, they would tell me what kind of content I needed to create. Well, the funny part is it was crickets for the first few weeks, right? But I didn't quit because I had vision. And I know when you do something at first, it doesn't work immediately, but if I continue to do it, and after a few weeks, it might have been 3 or 4 weeks, and I did that every Friday, all of a sudden people started asking questions. And I would take every one of those questions and I would reply to the question with a video, but I would write those questions down. I'd be like, I need to create more content about that because they wouldn't have asked that if I'd already bridged that gap and answered that with my content creation. So this is really huge to do. And again, it goes back to this. This goes back to all of this. So this is something you really want to master. You really want to master this. And again, if you are struggling with it, it's just right here, my friend. It's literally just a younger version of you that you're helping, like it is. And here's the thing, you guys, you're not going to find your perfect customer immediately. You refine it over time. Mine always evolves and changes a little bit. And you'll get bolder on certain things and you'll repel some people to attract the right people. And that's okay. But you just I'm going to give you guys permission to be messy with this. You just got to be messy and do it. Remember, your mess that you're in your life right now can become your message, can become your $1,000,000 message. Clarity is a journey. It's not a one-time decision. You'll get clearer on this all the time. This will always evolve and change and you'll refine it. But I want to challenge you to go all in with one audience for the rest of this year. Don't overthink it. Just start having conversations with them. Start having fun with them. I think when you can bring a little fun into your content, it changes everything. Okay. Now I'm going to go to certainty. Okay. Because once you have the clarity, certainty follows. Certainty is what builds trust with your audience. It's what builds trust. People buy from those that seem confident. It's not because you created content is why they're going to buy. It's because you created content that delivers this type of certainty. You got to show up consistently. You got to keep your message aligned. Again, this is where people are like most people would not have created content, never take a calculator to the grocery store again. Because you'd be like, well, what about the moms that don't have to take a calculator to the grocery store again? Okay, well, then they probably aren't going to resonate with that message. But what about the moms that do? See, that's that you got to get over that scarcity of like, but I can sell to everyone. And here's the thing, what's one thing you want people to feel certain about when they see your content? What's one thing you want people to feel certain about when they see your content? Put that in the chat. What is one thing that I care? Oh, I love that. That's so good. That's why I used to go out there and be like, I'm the hope dealer. I hope today you see a different perspective, that I have their solution, that I can help. Yes, that's so important. Here's the thing. If hopefully everybody has an automated sales process. If you aren't here today and you don't have an automated sales process, I'm going to give you access to one for free by the end of this 3-day workshop. But here's the thing. When people land on your automated page, they should instantly know who you are, how you help them, okay, without guessing. Like they should immediately know that on that page. That is so important, okay? That's so important. Awesome. I want to know exactly what I'm doing so I can help my perfect customer. Okay. You should know what you're doing is your business, right? And that's the clarity that you have to really pick up. Like that's it. But this is it. It's one thing you want people to feel certain about. So here's what I say when I have this. When you create your content every day, that's what you should think about. What is one thing I want them to feel certain about when they see my content? What is that outcome when they get to the end of your video? What is that outcome you want them to have? This is important. Okay, let's go to the next. This is where it's getting good. That is connection. Connection turns attention into loyalty. That's it. I'm gonna show you on the next page. I'm gonna bridge the whole gap for you. People remember stories, by the way, not sales pitches. Okay, people remember stories, not sales pitch. So you have out there, buy my stuff. This is the best thing. That's why you're not getting customers. But if you're out there, is like, hey, I used to have knew no idea what I was doing. And then I discovered this, and now I have this. It has nothing to do with success. That has everything to do with your journey getting to success. Some people think that well, I'm not going to be able to get customers until I have success. That's not true. Every single person starts with no customers. Connection is built when you share your why, your journey, and the impact you can make on other people. That is so important. That's it. Matter of fact, when people are new to their business, they're most relatable. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say you start taking a weight loss product and you're going to promote this weight loss product. Okay. You take it and you're starting to promote it. Most people are going to relate to you because you're in the beginning stages. Now, let's say you've been on this weight loss product for 6 months and you've lost all this weight and you start promoting this. Some people are going to be like, well, yeah, but look at you. But they didn't know where she started or where he started. So I want you to think about that for your business. Where you are now is the journey. It's the journey. That way people will buy from you. And I'm going to help you compress the time frame of that. Because to me, it's really important. Because this is what most people never realize about a business. And that is, it's not just about creating content. It's all about creating that connection. So let's talk about this. We're going to visually show it right now. So in today's fast growing digital world, people are using social media. No matter where you go today, people are on social media, like no matter where you go. So I'll share with you guys. I love going to this place and getting it's here in Dallas and this most amazing foot massage, like an hour-long foot massage. Love going there. I mean, I'll go there, I'll lean the chair back, I'll have the mask on and just like relax. It's wild to me how many people are on their phone. Because like when I'm leaving, I'm walking by and I'm seeing like all these people just sitting there getting a foot massage and they're on their phone and 100% of them are on social media. It's just where we hang out in today's world. So I'm only sharing that with you because your customers are on social media. Now, here's the secret sauce. How to get the 5 billion, how to get them into your world. That's the secret, how to get them into your world. Now, I call it the freedom machine because this is the funnel system that this is where it starts building the trust, right? But here's the thing. If people are not connected to you, they won't buy from you. That's why the clarity I just shared with you, if you don't have that down, they're going to go to this page and they're never going to put their email in because they don't trust you yet. That's why you got to have the clarity and the certainty to get them to trust you. But this is your automated system. I'm obsessed with the freedom this gives. Like absolutely obsessed with the freedom this gives. Okay? But I want to help you compress the time frame. And that's something I want to share with you because what happens is, and for those of you that don't really understand what an automated system is, I want to show this with you. What it is you get people's attention using social media, and then you invite them to get more information. And so what they do is they put their email in here and they're immediately taking to this video that gives them value. This should be the value video. And here should always be the link at any time they can go to buy from you. This is how you can make sales in your sleep, sales when you're with your family. And then this is another video that has the free offer you gave them. I love giving people a freedom formula PDF. Now here's the secret sauce here, because this is your system. And then the ones that don't buy start going in your automations. Now here's the thing. How do you get more people to this offer? And how do you get them to buy sooner? Now, looking at my system, I've been using it for 2.5 years. No, 3 years, 3 years and 1 month. Oh my goodness, 3 years and 1 month. And what I've noticed on average inside my system, between email 7 and 8 is when they buy. So it's not when they first put their email in, it's between email 7 and 8. Now, I'm only sharing that with you because some people, we think we have a system and it's immediately going to convert. It will if you're constantly building the system. But here's something that I've learned, and maybe this is why mine converts at 7 to 8. Okay? Because I added this and I added a community because it speeds up that know, like, and trust. So what happens is when somebody gets in my automated system, they're getting invited to my free community. Let me ask you guys a question. How many of you have ever been involved in a Facebook group? Can you let me know in the chat? Yeah. Okay, yes. Look at all the people involved in a Facebook group, right? How many of you have ever been involved in a school community? Okay, look at that. So let me ask you this question. Why are you in a school group or in a Facebook community? Let me know in the chat. Why are you in it? Support, mentorship, learn, to connect, family for support, information, connection, information. I love the amount of connection I'm seeing. So how many of you are on here today to truly learn how to build a successful business that can set your family free? Put a yes or no. Or me. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay. So you just seen the amount of people that are in a Facebook group or in a school community and what it does for them. So doesn't it make sense to speed up the time that somebody gets to know you, that you have your own community as well? Like, yes or no? Doesn't it just make sense? Because what happens is when they join your community, something shifts with them. You know what that is? They're no longer just a follower of yours. They become part of your world. And this is where you get to hang out with them. You get to help them feel seen. You get to help them feel heard. They get to hear your voice. You get to hear their voice. You get to help them solve their problems. You have your own community. You'll know what problems they have. They'll see your value. They'll connect with your mission. And that's what turns followers into buyers like this. Yeah. Now, I'm going to share this with you because I do not agree with the Facebook group. Okay. Let me tell you why. There's so many distractions with the Facebook group. And um, it's kind of funny because, I mean, it's not funny, but it is. You just got to make it funny. And I know many people can relate to this on here. I have two Facebook pages, and somebody was very smart back when I did network marketing and said, Michelle, create another page just for business because you could lose your Facebook account. And if you're putting all your family memories, that would be awful. Like if, you lost your Facebook account. So I did that. I totally took that advice and I did that. Well, it was 2 years, it'll be actually 3 years. 3 years, no, it'll be, yeah, 3 years ago. It was at Christmas time. And I got a notification from Facebook that said you changed your password. And I immediately said, no, I didn't. And they hacked my business Facebook account. Gone overnight. It's so funny because I get notifications when they post on it because I'm following it's still out there. It's like I got like, I don't know, 8 or 9,000 followers on this page that I can't even access. I've been 3 years trying to get access back to it from Facebook. 3 years. I'm like, I look at the credit card I have on file on Facebook. Like I have everything in front of me. I will show you. They said no. And yeah, they never communicate. And I literally, thank goodness, when I built in digital marketing, I started brand new in TikTok because I just wanted to change the patterns. I didn't want to, because I know people on Facebook know I DM'd and stuff, and I just didn't want to bring that pattern to TikTok because I wanted my life back. So thank goodness I didn't depend on that group to make money because if it did, I would have lost everything. And so I personally love school. Okay. There's many different options you can have. And I'm really not here to show the options with you to have. I'm just telling you, you guys, it's so affordable to have a community in school. You're going to learn more about that. But my goal with you is because here's the deal. Emails can go to spam. Emails can go to promotions. I still love emails. I make millions off of emails. But because of community, I make multi-millions. And I'm not adding more work. I'm adding more connection. And connection equals currency. It's the power of having a community. It compresses the time when someone finds you and when someone becomes your customer. If you go back to my journey in business, and if you say, Michelle, if you could go back to September 10th of 2022, and if you could change one thing and one thing only, what would that be? Community. I wish this advice I'm giving to you guys today, I wish somebody would have gave me the advice to build a community immediately. Because if they would have, I waited till November. I know the things I know now, if I could have had a community to where I could have taken people into my world, which is my emails, my automated system, but into my community, I would have made 6 figures in my first 6 months because I would have created that connection. Inside of there, they would have told me what they wanted. It's all the difference in the world. And matter of fact, you guys, and remember, this is a 3-day workshop. So don't try to eat an apple in one bite. Have patience and let me go through the 3 days because everything is going to make sense to you, right? But I'm actually on day 3. I'm going to share an outreach strategy that I do inside to build my community for 30 minutes a day. I tested it on a brand new community. This was months and months ago, and I built it through an outreach strategy and to 3,000 people. Made a lot of money in that community. It's a free community that I just deliver value and pour love and just get to be me. Just get to be me in the community. And that's all I did because it takes people off the busyness of social media. And here's what I love if you do it through school. You're an app on somebody's phone. You're an app. They don't know that school is anything else but you. So you've literally created that. And I absolutely love that. But here's what I love, okay? Here's another thing I love about having a community. This AI is crazy right now. Like you don't even know real and fake content anymore. That's why you guys in 2026, two things are going to be so important in your business, by the way, going live and having a community. Matter of fact, community is the next currency, by the way. But here's the thing, because you don't even know who's real or fake anymore on content. That's why going live to say, hey, it's really me, is going to be really important. There's this app now that is, I can't remember the name of it, and if I knew, I would say it, but they're being sued for billions already because, like, remember Robin Williams? They're bringing him back to life and they're creating this content, and his daughter is like massively suing this company. It's so we're going to create so much uncertainty, okay? Which you can bring that certainty back by going live and having your own community. It gives people a place to belong, not just buy. And if you're actually here to build a successful business, it's something you want. It's going to be your foundation because people will see the realness. It builds loyalty. Members stay connected even after they buy. It becomes your testing ground, and that's what I love. It's going to help you master your message because you're going to get real feedback on what they really want. And it's your connection engine. It truly is. Your voice, your story, your impact, they all live there. It's no different than you sending a weekly newsletter. You can send a weekly love inside your community. It is absolutely awesome. I'll tell you what, it's the missing link that a lot of people have, that they don't have that connection yet. So if you're struggling with getting your content to convert, I would add this. I will share something with you because when I will go live or create a piece of content and I'm like, hey, you guys, I have access. You guys want access to my free community. All you got to do is when you go here, reply to that email with free community and I'll give you access to my free community. When I do that, it's insane how many people want free access to my community. So I'm giving them a reason to go here and I'm giving them a reason to reply to my emails. And then they do. And when you can get people to reply to your emails, it pushes you in the main email box. It's a win-win, win for them and a win for me. And I absolutely love that. So, and it allows you to be real. You don't got to be perfect online. And this will bridge the gap. It will. It will absolutely bridge the gap. And you're going to be learning more about this, okay, over these next few days. But my main goal with you today is you to master the clarity, like who you help, clarity, who you help. It makes a difference. But I'm going to share something with you guys. Matter of fact, Celine, would you mind sharing? Because you guys, I have to share this with you. When I talked to Celine about creating her own community, at first she wasn't about doing her own community. And then she created her community and it's a free community that she just gets to love on people. Are you with me, Celine?
Yes.
Yes, I would love for you to share because I know you're loving having your own community.
Yeah, I am loving it. And I did not want to do it at first. I was like, why would I be starting a community? I really didn't know, but I have to say it has been the missing link for everything, for my business, for the legacy builder, for me bringing value and trust. And really, like you said, just being able to love on the people. My community is free. And what I'm doing right now is just really focusing on bringing guest speakers in that will give value to my community. As a matter of fact, I have a guest speaker today. He's coming on at 4, and he's just going to talk about content that creates to convert your content. And then I had another gal that just came on and she talked about just going live. She was a live host and she just talked about how to go live. Had another gal that came on and she just talked about how to use TikTok, so just the things that I'm seeing now that I have the community, like you said, I can see what they're really needing. And then I do an accountability call. And we started that when you started the 30-day challenge.
Mm-hmm.
When you did that 30-day challenge, I was like, hey, who's in? Let's do it. And so we all jumped on, and I've got a group of ladies and one guy who shows up all the time, every single day. They all show up, and it's really been It's been so magical and fantastic. And I look forward to getting up and being on that call with them. I love it. And they add so much value to all of us. We're all helping each other. We're just kind of doing it together. And I started a couple little support groups for people who wanted to do YouTube and leadership. So just we're just doing it and it's been great and I am absolutely loving it and I can't believe how it's been the missing piece when I wasn't wanting to do it. I remember even telling my husband, Michelle wants me to start a community. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. And he's like, why? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, like, I didn't really think I didn't know what I would have to offer at first.
Mhm.
I just thought, what am I going to be offering? I'm not an expert, so a lot of people, maybe they have like an expert thing that they're doing, but like you said, bring in the experts. And that has been huge. So I'm really good at building relationships because that's what I did in my past jobs, business development. And I'm building these relationships with these other creators, and they're telling me they're honored to come on my call. So,
One thing else I love, Celine, that you did, I thought was really brilliant, is you're taking advantage of being able to help your community members with other products that people could benefit from, and you're
yes.
creating other income streams from it.
Yes, yes. That was one thing I thought because I knew we all had like things that we wanted to learn. And so that was one of the reasons I just kept the community free. And so then I thought, okay, well, if I bring in this one person, I know these people are going to want to do it. So I'm actually a member of one of the YouTube groups. I'm already a member. I wanted to do it. So I just used the affiliate link and I thought if they want to do it, they can use my affiliate link. They're not having to pay me. I'm still going to support them and we're going to be there together and we're doing it together. So, and they were like, we've been wanting to do this and they just liked having that extra support. So they already get the support within the other community that they're paying for, but now they're going to get extra support in my community. So it's really been working out to be a win because I wanted to do it. I was excited. And now I have a group of people that are doing it with me. So we're all doing it together. And, I'm not charging for it. So it was a great way to have a win for me, a win for them. And then I'm getting a little affiliate off of it. So it's been I just can't even, I'm so excited. Just the things that you talk about. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it and it works and people love it. And it's just going so great. I mean, I can't even thank you enough on it. And I'm really excited. I've got more guests coming too. I got financial guests coming and those guys won't have affiliates and I'm okay with that. But it's going to bring value to the
Value.
people in the
Hmm.
community. So I'm
Hmm.
so excited, just like your guys that are becoming. I can't wait for your tax guy and your annuity guy, and just those are going to help different people at different seasons in their life, and they're going to be able to utilize those, what the value that the guests are bringing in to be able to help them because who can gain all that information all on your own at one time? So it's nice to have a spot where they can go. So yeah, my community is going great. People are loving it. I got a lot of engagement. I mean, yeah, I'm just like, this is our community, you guys, let's do it. So they're loving it and it's going really good. And I've got a couple little income streams now. So I'm really excited.
I love
And
it.
another thing I do a welcome call, and that's been huge. Because like you said, I told them I don't have 56,000 people, so I can get to know you a little bit. So everybody that comes in, I do a little 30-minute call and I help them navigate and put together a little strategic plan for themselves. So
I
that's
love it.
going good
And
too.
your leadership skills is what I've noticed how you look at Willow going, yes. I mean, you have
Yes.
grown, and this is
Yes.
you becoming the person that can make 6 and 7 figures. And because
Yes.
you took ownership, and I'm just so proud of you.
I did. I did. And thank you too for this whole leadership mindset. It's really been huge. And then this leadership group that I'm going to be going into, that intense one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. And
oh
then
my
you'll be able to
goodness.
teach that inside your
Right.
community,
And
which
I have just started. Oh man, Michelle, it's so amazing. I can't even tell you how I'm so excited. I want to just scream it from the rooftop. I'm telling everybody, even in the regular world, I'm like, you guys need to have a community. I mean, just brick and mortars, they should have their own community. I'm
yes,
telling you, it is so huge. I've been telling my husband with his landscaping community because they have a huge community of high level clients and they want to be in that community. They want to know all the little details. And he's like, wow, I never thought to do that. but it's a thought. They're thinking about it now. So yeah, it's been so good, and I love it. And I just want to thank you for all of it. It's amazing. I love my community. I love community. Like I'm never gonna leave my community. James, oh, he says my community is retire well blueprint. I'll put it, is it, if it's okay, I'll
Yeah,
put it in
put in
the,
there.
or, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll put it in there. Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for sharing. I love it. And you guys, I just wanted you to hear her story because she just did it just to create that more connection. But because of her doing that, it's given her so much more clarity in her business, but it's given her that certainty. And that's why I wanted to give you that example of like, it's so easy for you guys to create a Facebook group or so easy for you to join a Facebook group or be part of a school group. Why not have your own? If you're really wanting to get people in your world, this is where your voice matters. And this is what else I love about school. There's no censorship, right? In a Facebook group, one, you can say one thing, and boy, if they don't like it, they can eliminate you. And so I absolutely love this. But my main goal with you today is to get the clarity with your message, right? Is this. And I really want to help each and every one of you have this today. Because tomorrow, here's something I love. First of all, I'm obsessed with social media, but I don't want to put my eggs in one basket. Like right now, there's so much uncertainty with TikTok. Like supposedly it's been sold. If it's sold, because they said if we ever sell, we're not selling the algorithms. So TikTok might have completely different algorithms. That could be a great thing. It couldn't be. I'll tell you what, you can't build a seven-figure business with uncertainty like that. So tomorrow and Thursday, you're going to hear other strategies to help you build a bigger following. That doesn't include social media because I don't want you to only depend on social media. Because, it's like, I'm creating my 3 videos. I'm going to cross my fingers that they convert. We want to teach you 2 other strategies. So you're going to have a guest speaker come on tomorrow that's going to rock your world. Like, it is so good. Grab a pen. You're going to want to take some notes, but it is going to help you really master your message to your perfect customer and find more of your perfect customers without using social media. Okay. But this is my goal today. So what we're going to do, and you guys, I just want to make sure I have worksheets for you that I'll be emailing out to you as soon as you get off of here. So make sure to check your email. If you do not see it in your email, check your spam or promotions. You'll get it within 10 minutes of getting off here. But what we're going to do, I just put the link. If you guys have not upgraded to VIP, this is what we're doing in VIP. I'm opening up for questions and I'm going to help you guys have complete clarity because this is your foundation. That is my goal. So if you haven't joined VIP yet to come and jump on here in 15 minutes with us, do that. There's the VIP act link. Get that, come back here, and you also get the replay from today. And then you'll get the replay for Wednesday and Thursday, and then the VIP experience, which again, we're mastering this. I don't want you to come back tomorrow without having complete clarity with this. Yes, I'm excited for you guys. So I'm excited. Tomorrow is going to be the visibility loop. And then I'm going to come back on, well, I'll be here tomorrow too, but on Thursday, I'm going to come back and I'm going to teach an outreach strategy to you guys. And I know a lot of people said, how do you find guest speakers? I'm going to cover that for you. But I just want you to look at, again, this is so important when it comes to business. This is great to grab attention, but then you need to get them into your world with this strategy. And this is the missing link that most people have. Again, if I had to go back and start over, I would have had a community immediately. I wish somebody would have taught me this. It allows you to have your own voice, but actually become the person you need to become to completely change your family's life and build your own community, your own tribe of people. It's no different than what you're doing now. You're just adding this to compress the time that they get to know, like, and trust you. Yeah, I'll put the VIP in here. So we're gonna master your message inside the VIP. I'm gonna help you guys do that, get completely clarity on that as well. So thanks everybody. Again, give me 10 minutes here. You'll get the worksheets from today that you can fill out. And VIP will come back at 12:30, and then the rest of you